Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina and I recently started my natural hair extensions brand focused on selling natural hair extensions from 3A all the way to 4C. Right now we specifically sell clip-ins and wefts, but I do look to expand that later on down the line and to start to sell ponytails, wigs, etc. So I started my hair business because I felt like there was definitely a space for natural hair extensions in the industry. I know that the industry is pretty saturated, but when I look at the types of extensions that are being sold, I felt that there wasn't enough of textures that were specifically marketed to Black women in our own natural hair texture. I also started this through my own personal journey. I felt like starting this business aligned with me in a multitude of ways and a more deeper level, and I do go into that a little bit more in the truth about starting a business. You can click that if you would like to know more about why I started my hair business and what it was like for me to get started. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this video. I launched my business the first week of May. That specific Friday I launched my hair business, and I had lost my job a month prior. So this genuinely felt like a brand new chapter in my life. I cried about 4 times during my launch day. I was really overwhelmed with all the work that I had put in up until this point, and then I started thinking about all of the possibilities of what if no one wants to buy this product? What if I just wasted my job's bonus on this and it's not even worth it? What if nobody sees the vision that I just put into for the past 6 months? And even with all the fears, I also do feel like I prepared myself for the worst. From my own research, I found that in the hair industry, you'll definitely be going through dry spell. And because hair extensions are considered a high ticket item, for me personally, a customer that's spending on my site is the least amount they're going to spend is probably going to be something that's about $300 unless they're purchasing one bundle of something and you need about 2 to 3 in order to achieve a full look. Because you're selling a high ticket item, it's going to take a while to nurture that audience. And so while yes, I had the fears of nobody really purchasing it and just feeling overwhelmed by that, I also walked myself through that's normal. It's going to take a while for people to trust you as a brand and to want to buy from you, because who are you? You know, like, of course you know who you are, but you kind of have to set your ego aside and look at it from a customer perspective. I don't know this brand from a can of paint. Why would I buy from you? And so it takes a while to build that trust, and it takes a while to get that first sale. And I want to share with you guys how I was able to get over $1,000 in sales in my first week of launching. And I feel that a lot of, the skills that I have within this industry has definitely come from previous job experiences that have led me to this point. I have over 7 years of marketing experience. My very last position that I was laid off, I was a marketing director. So I feel like I was able to utilize a lot of the skills that I learned in my previous positions. And while I'm not working for a client anymore, I'm working for myself, I can still do those same things for myself, of course. I want to share that with you guys. If you're in a similar journey and you're maybe looking at like, what should I do? I hope that this video is helpful, and I hope that you maybe pull a few things that I did that helped me garner those sales during my first week of launch. I also want to mention what my following looked like on my Instagram page. My Instagram page was primarily where I was marketing my product, and by the time we launched, my Instagram page had about 300 followers. So you don't need a crazy amount of people following you in order to like garner some sales. You just need an audience that's engaging with you, that trusts you, and you can do trust by making sure that you're answering their questions whenever they're DMing you, making yourself open to further questions and things like that. So I did want to kind of preface that was what my following looked like. I'm wondering if there's a specific amount that you need to have. There really isn't. You could probably garner the same amount of sales with 100 followers if you nurture your audience correctly. Definitely want to go into this with a strategy. You don't want to go into a business with no sort of plan. And I knew that my plan was going to be heavily marketing focused, right? Because we're selling hair extensions. I knew that we needed to dominate the online space in the best way that I can through the resources that I specifically had. Now, I know that through Instagram, they really value consistency. I knew that for me, I needed to be consistent in the post that I was posting. So I made sure that in creating my content calendar, I was consistently posting on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So my audience kind of knows when they can expect me to post. Then based off of that, you want to look at when your audience is the most engaged, and you want to post on those same days, but tailor it to when your audience is online so you can get the most engagement from those posts. So while yes, I feel like that was more of what helped me with my brand awareness and what kind of helped me generate my followers, I feel like that really helped me garner my first sales. I feel like what helped me with my first sale was influencer marketing and content creation. So starting a business, I definitely think that you should be a bit familiar with influencer marketing. Someone that's on social media, you'll see that a lot of times we're almost being sold something, or someone has hair extensions that they're wearing and you're like, oh, what is that? A lot of that's influencer marketing. You see it on a person that isn't you, you feel connected to them in some sort of way, and you trust that person more than you would trust a brand because they're just like you. And so I made sure to utilize influencer marketing to fit my scale. I wasn't someone that had thousands and thousands of dollars in budget to allocate to like 30 influencers. I had enough for about 3 influencers, and I also didn't have enough money to pay. And so to offset that, I made sure that I offered a specific affiliate program. That way, if my influencers made a sale, they would get a percentage of that sale. That percentage can look however you want it to look for your own business. For me, I had it set at 5%. And so for a clip-in set, that would probably be about $15. If they were to purchase like the longest bundles and purchase 3 of them, that would range from about like $35. So the more sales you get, you can definitely earn a pretty penny from affiliate marketing. And so I feel like that was definitely a good tool to use when starting out, because there isn't too much money that you have to put in out of pocket to hope that you get some sort of ROI based off of their post. And so I made sure that I found about 3 or 4, I don't remember, influencers, gave them a specific creative brief on what I would want their content to look like. I knew I wanted to have unboxing posts just to show the legitimacy of the brand, so people can see the box, they can associate it with curly hair and just kind of like doing a whole unboxing. And then I wanted a post, I was a bit more free flowing in it. It was either an install video or them just talking about the hair in general. That was pretty much my creative brief. And then I posted a few other creators that had also posted hair content to give them some inspiration on what their videos could look like. I do feel like me offering the affiliate program was something that did help me garner my sales. Out of the 4 sales, I don't know if I told you, over 1,000, I made over 1,000 in sales, and that came out to be about 4 sales for the first week. Out of the 4 sales that I had garnered, 2 of those sales were from my affiliates. And so as you can see, the affiliate marketing can definitely be something that can help scale your business, because people are just more likely to trust a person that looks like you marketing the brand than they are the brand themselves, because they can't really see themselves in the brand. They see themselves in a favorite creator that they watch, or their favorite influencer. I want to say that helped me in my sales, and now I do want to sort of pivot into how I marketed my brand online. It's hard for me to say if this is something that generated the sales. I'm going to have to say it did. And I say it's hard for me because the ads that I posted online, I posted them with the intent to spread brand awareness. I didn't post them with the intent to get a sale. And whenever you're using meta ads, or you're boosting your posts through Instagram, there's specific targeting and there's specific audiences that you use. Call to action. Do you want them to book? Do you want them to learn more? Do you want them to follow your page? And throughout the majority of me posting my content in the beginning, I set the intention to have have the people that are interested in my brand follow my page. I personally believe that you need brand awareness first, and then you kind of have to nurture that audience, and then from there you get a sale from there. And so I didn't use any meta ads until after I made my first sale, weeks and weeks later. And even still with that, the goal with my meta ads was still to kind of build my pixel audience and get a better targeting on what my ideal customer looks like. I'm not even in that phase yet of like using ads to get sales. I'm still in the phase of brand awareness. That's I feel like where my other two sales came from was from the brand awareness, and I was able to nurture the other two well enough on my social media page to have them trust me to purchase on my website. Now, when it comes to things that I wish I would have done differently, when it comes to managing a group of people, and this was also things that I struggled in my own professional roles, I suck at telling people what to do or correcting them, or just being a more confrontational person in general. And I find that with influencer marketing, people have their own spin of what they want things to look like, and sometimes we forget the necessary things that need to be said in a video that will help you earn that sale. When the video doesn't have enough information on the hair, or if it's long-winded, or if they don't have a call to action in it, or maybe they share a bit too much information. I feel like in my own position as the founder of that, I wish that I would have maybe taken a more stricter approach to what I was looking for, but it did help me. I think that you also have to have an open mind and appreciate the different strategies that people use as well. So while you do feel that you may have the upper hand and knowledge that you feel would help be beneficial to your business, you have to trust that the creator also knows what they're doing as well, and there has to be a middle ground. With that, I feel like if I had maybe a bit more communication, going back and forth, bouncing ideas off of each other and things like that, I feel we could have done better in our opening week. But like I said, I'm still really proud of where we're at, and it's something that I'll scale down the line. I feel like that was pretty much it. This was a pretty short video. If I were to give you anything to take with you, it would be to have a plan or strategy and follow through with that. Do what makes sense to your business scale, and don't give up if you don't see any traction. Because right now, we're in my third week. I haven't seen anything in my third week, but I have seen a lot of people adding things to cart, and so they're pondering on it. Just know that because this is a high ticket business, it's going to take some time to nurture that audience, and you can nurture your audience through, there's one last thing that I forgot to mention. I had an email list. Email list is a great way to nurture the people that are interested in your product. Use things like Klaviyo or MailChimp. I personally use MailChimp. It's very easy to use. Want more information on like how to use email marketing, I can send that to you. I don't think email marketing generated any sales for me, but it was something that gave me some engagement, and I can see who's interested and who's clicking on the page, and I can kind of target based off of that. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to say, don't give up if you don't get any traction. That's very normal, especially in a high ticket item brand. It's going to take a while for things to kick off. Some people are great at this and they get $10,000 their first month. If that's not you, it wasn't me, it's going to be okay. We just have to keep nurturing our audience, keep making sure that this is a brand that they can trust. You want to optimize your website as well. The moment that you start getting sales, ask for those reviews, put the reviews on the website, optimize your website to the best of your ability to make sure that your audience is like, okay, I can trust this person. Yeah, I really hope that you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting videos just like this, documenting what my life is in building my hair business in real time, and I'll be posting once a week. So be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.